The following portion of Bloom is sponsored by Tampa Bay Total Wellness.
Welcome back to Bloom. If you find yourself lacking energy, even with a healthy diet and exercise routine, it may be time to get restored, starting with your DNA. Joining me now to talk about ways to restore your energy on a cellular level are age management specialist Tami Oberbroeckling and nurse Christina Jones from Tampa Bay Total Wellness. Ladies, it is always so great to see you.
It's great to see you too, Gail.
So talk to me about NAD+. What is it? How does it work?
So NAD Plus is amazing. It's my second favorite thing to talk about besides hormones. So it is a coenzyme in all living cells. It's in all of our cells, and it keeps the energy in the cells alive. So it keeps our metabolism up, it keeps corrupted cells from turning into cancer cells, it reverses gene expression, which is aging, and really keeps the body alive.
And it's really interesting because this is something that, you know, you treat me for thyroid issues, hormonal issues, and all that kind of stuff. But I was really feeling run down, like almost like I felt like COVID long haul. And you were like, give this a try. So I decided to give it a try. It is, you need a couple of hours, correct?
Correct. So there are different forms to supplement with. Some of the most common ones are like an oral supplement. Something like Thorn you can get over the counter. True Niagen, which is a stronger strength, does require a prescription. There is also the injectable form, which also requires a prescription, and that is just an injection into the fatty tissue of the skin, really easy, typically done in the abdominal area or behind the arm. The most direct route is going to be IV therapy, which is going to go straight into the bloodstream. So when we do IV therapy, it does take several hours, about 4 hours long, because it is revitalizing and repairing the body at a cellular level. So you do want to run that slowly, typically about 4 hours.
Yeah, and you know, as you know, Tami, I was struggling with Epstein-Barr, all of these different things, and you know, I was feeling better, but I have to say, there was a night and day difference. You know, so is this a breakthrough of sorts?
So we've known about it for years. It's been a bit cost prohibitive to people. We know it fixes chronic disease, and a lot of things don't fix chronic disease. So we kind of had fun with this. We decided we were going to run an IV special and give it to the community at cost. And we had such remarkable testimonies with people who had diseases that had no cure, with actually being cured while the IV was taking place. So we have now just decided to keep it at cost to get people back on the right track.
Yeah, and it's almost like when it was happening, just at some moments I felt almost like a little bit flush at times, which you say is very normal, but that means the IV is in there working at the cellular level.
Right. Yes. So, and that's why we monitor you throughout the whole IV therapy. So before you come in, we'll take your vitals, pre-vitals, get you started with the IV. We have a lounge that's very comfortable. You know, it provides blankets, refreshments, snacks. And then we monitor you throughout the whole 4 hours. And then post IV, we do vitals one more time, and then you're free to go. But yeah, it's just because it's directly into the bloodstream.
Yeah, you can see me there in your IV lounge, which, by the way, congratulations. You guys have received some pretty impressive accolades for the comfort there. I think I might have been watching BloomTV at the time when I was in there.
Of course you were.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy. We had a lady that was suffering from long COVID, and COVID, she was so short of breath she could not make a full sentence without stopping. And we watched her during the IV start to talk full sentences. She was actually on her phone calling all her friends. Her husband came in because he had never seen her like this. She had a miraculous change. So we know NAD will reverse the effects of the vaccine, the negative effects, and it will restore the body back after long COVID. We had another lady, chronic hip pain, couldn't get anything to relieve the pain during the IV. Her hip pain left. It hasn't returned. We had a local athlete suffering from chronic fatigue. When you talked to her, she thought she had some undiagnosed cancer or something. She really couldn't figure out what was going on. Completely restored in 2 hours' time.
It's like story after story after story. It's unbelievable. Tami, Christina, as always, it's such a pleasure to see you both. And to schedule your IV or complimentary consultation, call Tampa Bay Total Wellness at 813-609-4150 or go to tampabaytotalwellness.com. We'll be back with more Bloom right after this.
The preceding portion of Bloom was sponsored by Tampa Bay Total Wellness.